Chairs No Waiting, episode number 394, Betty Lynn's 90th birthday celebration interviews. Two Chairs No Waiting is brought to you each week by the fine folks over at WeaversDepartmentStore.com. Head over to Weavers and check it out. Do not forget, they got the 2017 Andy Griffith Show wall calendar. You're definitely going to want that. So go ahead and get you one before it's too late. Also, folks don't know about this. The Mayberry Trivia book by Scott Hopkins, great book. You can get them all over at WeaversDepartmentStore.com. Two Chairs No Waiting is also brought to you by donations from listeners just like you. Thank you for your support. Hello, everybody. I'm Alan Newsom, your host for Two Chairs No Waiting. And the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about Betty's birthday. And we've had reports from On the Scene, where I was on the scene live doing reports. And you got to hear and see those if you watch the video version. And then we heard from Betty herself last week. We got to hear all kinds of great news and great stories from Betty. And I hope you guys have been enjoying this. I did. Now, so this week, while we were in line there at the Andy Griffith Museum, or folks were in line, I was able to go around and talk to them on the podcast. So that's what we're going to hear tonight, whenever you listen to it, is some of the interviews that we heard. So first up, we're going to get started here pretty quick because there are a lot of interviews here to talk through. So the first up, we're going to hear from Bruce Fisher. He's a Mayberry fan. He went on the first Mayberry meetup we had in Mount Airy, North Carolina. And so let's go ahead and hear a little bit from Bruce. So Bruce, I guess I'm going to let you lead us off. So here we go. So, well, what's your name? Tell us your name. Come on, you were talking before. What's your name?
Bruce Fisher.
So why are you here today?
I'm here because it's Betty's birthday, and this is what I do every time she comes here. I show up. I took vacation today for this monumental occasion. Having a good time with all these people. And,
yeah, it's a room full of people.
A room full of people. And they're all keyed up right now.
That's right. And there's other people standing here by us that were talking until I turned the microphone on.
If we'd have known that from some of these people, we would have turned that mic on a long time ago.
That's right. I should turn it on and talk to people before I tell them.
I'll talk, but I want video.
You want video? Yeah, this is not video. This is just audio.
Well, we're having a great time, as we always do here. And it's just unbelievable. You live a dream and you come through this town.
Where are you guys from?
Charlotte.
Charlotte? You came up from Charlotte today?
Good morning.
There was one couple I met just a minute ago that they didn't even know it was Betty's birthday. They're from over in, I think, King is where they said they're from. They just were here. They'd never been. I was like, you've never been to Mount Airy? I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. I've been up here 100 times. I don't know, a bunch. You live like an hour away?
You've never been here. That's right.
So at least they came today, which is good. So there's a crowd of people here. The lines are long. It's not as long as on the Fridays when she's here, but it's probably they didn't know about it. This is kind of a secret.
We got to go find Jibba.
That's right. All right, well, you guys have fun waiting in line. I'm sure we'll be back and talk to you later. All right, so that was actually Bruce Fisher and somebody else. I didn't get his name. See, that's a bad interviewer. Bad deputy. That's a bad interviewer. I didn't get that. So there was two folks there talking in line, and but you hear there's people that just came up there, and people from Charlotte, North Carolina, had never been up to Mount Airy. Now, that's not unusual, I'm sure, if you live in Charlotte. But if you're a big Andy Griffith Show fan, I was really surprised. So next up, we're going to hear from Jack and Jack. Now, these guys are twins, and anyway, let's hear from them. Let's go ahead and hit them back. Well, I'm still here at the museum, and I ran across. What's your name?
They call me Jack.
And what do they call you?
Jack.
They call you both Jack?
Yeah, Jack and Jack.
You both look just alike, so that's got to be very hard to figure out who you're talking to.
It's just a nickname.
It's his nickname.
As we call each other, that's our nickname.
Oh, Jack, you call each other Jack.
Yeah, that's our nickname. We got on a work uniform, Jack and Jack.
That's
you can't get it wrong. Can't get it wrong.
That's a good idea. Well, that's a great idea, actually.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
So what brought y'all out here today?
Thelma Lou.
Thelma Lou, did y'all know it's her birthday?
Yep. Read it in the Charlotte Observer.
That's where you found out about it?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Are y'all going to be here all day or just for this?
Well, as long as this line's going to take. I told her she'll be having another birthday before we get up there.
That's right. She came out early today because they had 4 TV stations here waiting to talk to her. So she hadn't gotten to eat. I think that's where she's doing right now, is getting something to eat.
That's why we ain't moving.
So yeah, that's why the line's not moving right now. But then when she's out there, she talks to everybody, so you'll get to talk and visit.
Well, I certainly hope so.
Yeah, you will. You will, but she'll be confused.
Well,
She'll think you're going through the line twice.
yeah, well, she'll get over it. She'll get over it. She'll get over it.
That's good. So y'all big Andy Griffith Show fans?
Yes, watch it tonight when we get home. It'll be on TV tonight.
And where'd you say you're from?
Stony Point, North Carolina.
Stony Point.
Between Statesville and Taylorsville.
That's good. So you've all been here before then?
No, sir.
No, you never been here before?
No,
This is your first trip?
First trip.
Wow, that's awesome. So you got some people with you, it looks like. Are they with you?
No,
Y'all just talking to them?
Yeah.
Oh, you only know you do know each other?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well,
Did
that's
he tell you
good.
how old we are?
No.
A lot of people don't believe this is true. On our birthday, I was first born. When I turned 60, he turned 62, but we are different twins.
Oh,
People don't believe
yeah.
that.
Just that long? Your mom was in trouble.
Know you how that happened?
How?
See, when I turned 60, he turned 60 also.
Oh, 62. Hey, that's funny. Hey, that's good.
Yeah. Go back to Stony
Been
Point.
hearing some great stories.
Well, thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Not mean it.
Yeah, it's great. All right, so that was a couple of twins, and they were having a great time. I guess if you look just alike, they'd made up a nickname for themselves as Jacks. That way, people, when they called him Jack, always got it right, because I thought that was great. So let's hear from Brian Burgess. He's from Benson, North Carolina. So take it away, Brian. All right, folks, we're still here. What's your name?
Brian Burgess from Benson, North Carolina.
Benson.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're a podcast listener, you said?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate you listening.
Yep.
Can't believe I've done 390 episodes, I think, so far.
Yep.
I feel sorry for people who've listened to all of them, but it's a lot of fun for me. So you're here today to see Betty's 90th birthday.
Yes, sir.
And when did you get here?
Got here this morning about 11 o'clock.
About 11 o'clock. So you've been standing right here ever since?
Yes, sir. Sure have. And bought my pictures and all. Got 2 pictures here to get.
Oh, that's great. So you've been over here before?
Yes, sir.
When she's doing her autographs and stuff?
Yep.
That's great. So you just came to really help her celebrate her birthday.
Right, exactly.
awesome.
Show up for the 90th birthday. Can't miss it.
That's great. Are you going to be doing any of the other stuff today?
Yes.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
What are you doing?
We're going down to the Loaded Goat to eat,
Yeah.
and then we're going to the movie tonight.
Oh, me too. This
Yep.
ought to be great.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to all that stuff. Seeing I don't think I've seen June Bride before, the
Right.
movie. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yep.
And I've been to the Loaded Goat. That's
a
good.
good restaurant.
Otis and I, we were there last week. Yeah. That's Otis's favorite place, actually. Yeah, he likes that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only one Loaded Goat at a time. Look
That's
at
it.
him.
That's exactly right. Yep.
There's a long line of people. I've been showing video and everything today live on Facebook and everything, trying to show people what's going on. But I tell you, it's really special. It's Betty's 90th birthday.
It is.
And it's really nice of you to be able to come and
Couldn't miss it.
That's
No.
awesome.
Took off of work and drove here this morning.
see. That means
Yeah.
a lot.
Yep.
Taking work, leave to come. You're at least the second or third person I've talked to.
Yep. Took
They
off
said
of work and came.
That is great. And
Yep.
most of them, like you, have been before.
Yep.
This is not your first.
I've been
time.
coming to Mount Airy since '04.
But Betty's that kind of person you just want to spend some time with her because
That's
it's her
it.
birthday.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Well, man, I appreciate it. It's great to have you. Thank you for
Yes,
listening
sir.
to the
Thank
show
you,
so
Adam.
much. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
All right, so that was Brian Burgess. So we're going to hear from Charles Browning. So keep it
Where are
going.
you from?
I was going to tell you Portland, Oregon to be on TV, but I'm not. I'm actually from Charlotte.
Oh, you're from Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay, so it didn't take you too long to get up here.
A couple hours.
You been up here before?
And it's the first time.
First trip. So
I hadn't lived in Charlotte but a couple of years.
why'd you come up today then?
I've lived in Charlotte a couple of years. I came up today because it's Thelma Lou's 90th birthday.
There you go.
And I've been watching Thelma Lou since she looked like that. So,
That's right.
yeah, that's why I came up.
Yeah, so you saw it in the paper, on the TV and
Saw
stuff?
it on the commercial, on the Charlotte paper, and say, hey, we'll do that.
Well, you're going to enjoy it because when you get up there, she spends time with everybody. That's why you're having to take so long to get there, though.
I'm retired.
So you watch the Andy Griffith Show a lot?
Oh, yeah. Every time I come on, I've seen them all 2 or 3 times.
I think everybody in this line, I'm pretty sure has.
Oh, I bet they have.
What's your favorite episode?
I think where the goat, they blew up the goat.
Loaded goat?
Loaded goat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that thing was my favorite episode.
You know, there's a restaurant here in town
I
named
know,
that.
I had lunch there
Oh,
today.
yeah. That's
Got a
good.
picture of it.
Oh, yeah. It's
Had
nice.
lunch there. Yeah, we've had a great time so far. And I got my 3-year-old granddaughter with me. She'll be 4 soon. And she came out with us because her mom was helping out. It's the first day of school. Her mom was helping out at school. And so we brought her with us. And
Where is she?
she's, she was right over
I saw her a minute ago. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking to say, looks like you lost her.
No, she's with my wife.
So does she watch the Andy Griffith Show?
Not like I do. Not like I do.
Well, you know, there are a lot of young kids that watch it, so you never know. But at least you're trying. You're
She's
trying.
3 now. My grandson's 7, and I'll tune in when he's around. And he likes that, and he likes Jeopardy, believe it or not. I've got him hooked on Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, that's good too.
So,
And what'd you say your name was?
Charles Browning.
Charles Browning. It's good to meet you.
Browning, not Brown.
Browning, yeah, like David Browning. That's our Barney guy. Is David Browning. That's right. That's right. It's good to meet you. All right, so that was Charles Browning. He lost his grandma. When I was looking around there, there was no little girl there, so she had to run off somewhere. I was like, "You've lost your granddaughter." I don't think that's not good. So next up here, we're going to hear a little bit from. Now this is Billy Good. Now Billy is he's one of our regulars in the chat room. He comes in as often as he can, and he's been. I've known him for several years. So let's hear this story. He talks about. He talks about when he was heading up to Mount Airy, when he was, it's been several years, I guess now, but he lives fairly close. And so anyway, tell this story here, Billy, about going to get him a pork chop sandwich.
And the neighbor said, "Where you been?" I said, "I went for lunch." And he said, "Where'd you go?" I said, "Mount Airy, North Carolina." They said, "You drove to Mount Airy, ate lunch, and came home?" I said, "I did, yeah." She said, "Oh, no." She thought I was crazy anyway.
You had to snappy lunch, I guess?
I did. That's
Yeah.
right. She was gone visiting her sister.
Had
or
to
something.
have a pork chop
and this
sandwich.
was before we
You
had
just had to have an apple,
I
didn't
did. This was before we had Douglas, so I just got in the car, came down and ate and came home.
That's awesome. So remember this. So you said you were out golfing with David Browning.
So David and I are playing golf at my home club, and I've been giving lessons to this girl who's starting high school golf. And so I see her mom, they're getting ready for a match, so I go up and I said, "Excuse me, David, I need to go check on my student." So I says, how's she been playing? And her mom says, "Pretty good. She shot 89, then she shot 85. Well, David comes over and he says, 85? I said, "You need to find her a good teacher. Maybe she'll get up around 95 or 100. Like Barney said, but he forgot he didn't have his suit, his deputy uniform on. So the mom just looks at him like he has no sense, and he looks at me and says, "What should I do?" And I said, "Just go get in the car before you hurt somebody." So that's our golf story.
Oh, that's awesome.
But then she did remember later on, I saw her, and she said, "Now I know who that guy was with
It was
you."
Barney?
And that explained it.
That's awesome.
The look she gave him was so funny.
Oh, man, David's awesome. He is so...
He says, "I forgot I didn't have my uniform on." I said, "Just go get in the car."
Get in the car. Just get in the car.
And then
So that's Billy Good telling a story about the Mayberry deputy as he's standing there in line waiting to get Betty Lynn's autograph. It was great getting to hear from him as we went through. So now next up, we're going to hear from Curtis Ingram. So Curtis, well, actually, we're hearing from several people. Let's see. We're hearing from Curtis Ingram and then Kathy and Claudia. Then we're going to hear from Jeff Roscoe. Now, he's from New Jersey, that guy. He was all the way down from New Jersey to come to Betty Lynn's thing. That was awesome. And then Donald Campbell. So we're going to hear from all of them. So let them take it away. So here you go. Where are you from?
Thomasville, North.
Thomasville, North Carolina? Cool. So you came over for Betty's birthday?
Yeah, I was sitting at home and I scrolled on Facebook and saw that she was up here, and I was like, oh, why not? So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Is this the first time you've been?
Yeah, it's the first time I've been here. I stayed at Andy Griffith's house at the B&B one time.
Yeah.
And met George Lindsay years ago at the Grand Ole Opry, and my wife gave me all the episodes from the Andy Griffith Show, and it took us a year and a half, but we watched them all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I liked it that it added the scene that the TV show had cut off on the reruns. The epilogue.
Yeah, the tags on the end of it.
Yeah, so it's like seeing something new for the first time. So it was great.
Yeah, I'm always wishing I'd run across some lost episode somewhere where I could see something completely different.
Right, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, we've always been big Andy Griffith fans.
What's your favorite episode? You have one? Mine changes every week.
Yeah, I don't know, doing the Birds one with Opie or Mr. McBeevy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The ones with the dogs and Don Knotts going, talking about the giraffes and looking after it, number one.
Oh, yeah.
But, I really liked when Charlene sang There Is a Time with the Dillards. I thought that was just outstanding, But yeah, the show had great music as well as comedy and always a great moral message. And it's still the best show ever.
That's so true. Now, what was your name?
Curtis Ingram.
Curtis. It's very nice to meet you. Thanks for being on the podcast, man. That was awesome. So you guys are here for Betty's autographs too. So what made y'all come today?
We're just big fans of Andy Griffith.
So y'all just happen to be here and it's her birthday? Or?
No,
Oh,
no, we planned it.
Oh, good,
We're
y'all
from
planned
South
it.
Carolina.
Oh,
From
really?
Darlington, South Carolina.
Where?
Darlington.
Darlington, South
Yes.
Carolina. You're with her then?
Yeah, we together. So
Good.
We just decided to come up.
Good. Is this the first time you've been?
Yes. Not for her. She's been, but I haven't. So.
Oh, good. So is your first time getting to meet Betty and get her autograph and everything? Tell her happy birthday and all that?
We're excited. Can't wait.
So what's your guys' favorite episode?
Oh wow, I liked them all, but I think the pickle episode.
Andy's
I like
pickle.
the haunted house.
Oh, yeah. The haunted,
That's a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah, mine, as I said earlier, mine changes like every whatever the last episode I saw might be my favorite one that week. Or not. Yeah.
Right, I know. We love it, and I have a 4-year-old grandbaby, and she says Andy's on, so she likes to watch it too. So,
Oh, that's great.
So I'm instilling that.
So you're raising them right.
That's
good.
right.
That's good. That's good.
Right.
So what was your name?
Kathy Kimmerlin.
Okay, and what was yours?
Claudia Gwynn.
Well, it's very nice to meet you guys.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you. Good luck getting an autograph. You'll get up there
Thank you.
eventually.
I know.
And she'll talk to you, which is the good part.
Good. Thank you.
Hey, thanks. You're the bigger fan? All right, so,
I'm the reason we're here. So.
oh, all right. So you came up today
Yes. Because of Betty Lynn.
Yeah.
Because of Thelma Lou.
Do you know about her birthday? Is that why you were here? Or?
I saw it on the web, and I said, okay, this is it. It's because I've been wanting to come down to see her for a couple of years, and it just doesn't work out. And I have a friend in Durham, but it just never works out. And it's like, okay, this is it. I am coming down,
Where are you from?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. You came down for New Jersey. This is great. That's great. What was your name?
Yeah, Jeff Roscoe.
So you're from New Jersey, and you made your way down here to come to see Betty on her birthday. This is awesome.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you're a big fan, obviously, of the show.
Yeah,
What's your favorite episode?
Really? Oh, yeah. Well, Barney's first car. I mean, got to go with that one.
That's a great one.
Convicts at Large is a favorite of
That's
mine.
great.
And of course, the Darlings, and so many.
So up in New Jersey, are a lot of Mayberry fans in New Jersey area?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? So you're ashamed to admit, you don't admit it when you're up there then.
I really don't. I just don't know. I don't know.
That's great. You know any others up there? Are there any others around where you are that you talk to or anything at work or anything?
No.
See, I think up there, I think everybody doesn't want to admit it up there. And then, so there's a support group for that, the Andy Griffith Show Rerun Watchers Club. I don't know if you're a member of that, but you can get a newsletter every other month. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. Go to imayberry.com, you can get it there.
Oh, yeah.
Then you'll find out there's more people up there than you knew.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure. It's like, but it just never occurred to me to really ask around.
Right. Well, I know there's a lot of Mayberry fans out there, Andy Griffith Show fans, that don't realize how many other Mayberry fans there are.
Yeah.
Because, we've got the Rerun Watchers Club has, I want to tell you, it's like 12,000 chapters or something like that. I may be getting that number wrong. But there's members all over the country and some overseas even. So it's fun to have people. Matter of fact, let me tell you, last week on my podcast, I got an email from a guy from New Zealand that has a Mayberry squad car.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah.
So you're not alone in New Jersey. We're glad to have you down here. Are you from up there originally?
Yeah.
You're from there. So you didn't move. You're not a Southern guy moved up there.
No.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you're an old car guy too. Huh?
Yeah, I'm an old car guy, so the squad cars are always, big draws for me too.
Well, but you need to go on the squad car tour then, because if you're a car guy, there's a squad car tour. You can go down to Wally service station.
Oh, really?
You can get a tour, and they'll drive you around and tell you about everything in town. And you get to ride in the back of the squad car.
Oh, cool.
And usually the drivers dress up like Barney or somebody.
Oh, really? I had no idea about all what's even out here.
So you could do that after you get through in here. Then you can go down there. It'd be a lot of fun for you. So it's great to meet you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So how many times have you been up here to see Betty?
Actually, we moved here from Hawaii, and I'm living now in Asheboro.
Yeah.
And one time I was going to come up. I had arrangements to come up, but then my doctor diagnosed me with ALS, so I never did make it up here then. I was going through treatments. And but I am a disabled vet, and which is
thank you for your service.
Thank you, and I just love it up here. It's fantastic.
So how long have you been here from Hawaii?
Close to 8 years.
8 years. So what was your name actually? It's Campbell.
Donald
Campbell.
Donald Campbell.
Well, it's very nice to meet you. Thank you for your service.
Let's do.
All right, so that is Donald Campbell, that last one. So if you're actually watching the video, I'm trying to show some pictures of the people that are actually talking, but hopefully you're enjoying this. These are fans from all over the country that came to just all over the place. Some are, Donald there, he lives in the area now, but he's came there from Hawaii. Got a guy from New Jersey. We got people that live right in the area near, within an hour and a half from Mount Airy, and it was their first trip to Mount Airy. Folks, there's so many people out there that are fans of the Andy Griffith Show that don't know anything about things like the podcast, the websites, imayberry.com. They don't know about it. They're missing out on so much fun that I think you're having, because you do know about it. And it just amazes me as we go through the years and just keep hearing from people like that. All right, so next up is David Belk. So David Belk was there, so let's go ahead and hear from David.
All right, we're standing in line here again with Betty, so tell everybody your name.
Dave Belk. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, and what are you doing here today?
I'm here to see Thelma Lou.
How many times do you think you've been here?
I feel like I've been here all my life.
You've been here a few times.
Yes, this is my 22nd year.
22nd year. So did you get an autograph already?
Yes, I sure did.
You already got it?
I also gave her a birthday card.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
From the drugstore.
From the drugstore? Mm-hmm. Was it a good one?
Oh, yes. Miss Ellie works there.
Miss Ellie's drugstore?
Mm-hmm. Miss Ellie's drugstore.
Did you get any ice cream when you were there?
No, not yet, but I will pretty soon.
That's good. So, how many years? How many years do you think you've been really coming to Mayberry?
Since 1994.
94. Wow. Let's see. So, what's your favorite episode from the Andy Griffith Show?
Andy Griffith Show? That's a good question. Barney's sidecar.
You like Barney's sidecar?
Mm-hmm. The time he wanted to give the squad car for a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, where are you really from?
I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. That's my hometown, 50 miles southeast.
And if I remember right, you like trains.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, thanks for visiting with me.
Shazam. Golly. Tell him Gomer says hey.
Cool. Thanks, man.
All right. So that was David Belk. You'll see him at Mayberry Days. He's dressed up as a Gomer character, blue shirt and stuff. So you'll see him there. It's always good to see all these folks in Mayberry, people coming there and just showing the love for Betty Lynn. Next up, we're going to hear from, his name is Doug Smith. And I'll let him tell you where he's from, but it's a really cool story. So, Doug, take it away.
So, tell everybody your name.
I'm Doug Smith.
Smith, where are you from?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Did you come just for this?
Well, yes and no. Betty Lynn's cousin lives in Tulsa, and her kids, who I'm good friends with, were going to bring her out for this, and then she felt like she couldn't make the trip. Well, in the meantime, I already planned the trip to go kind of make a big circle through the South, and so here we are, and I'm thrilled about it.
Well, I'm glad you got to make it.
Yeah.
That's good. So are y'all big fans of the Andy Griffith Show?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm getting these pictures for some friends back home. I think they just, like these folks, I think they start watching, and then when they get done on Netflix or on DVDs, they just start over
again?
Yeah. So.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
So you've never met Betty before then?
No, I have not. Yeah.
So you're really going to enjoy it. She's an absolutely amazing lady. It'll take you a while to get there, but when you get there, she'll visit with you.
That'll be great.
So, what's your favorite episode of the Andy Griffith Show?
Oh, boy. I like the loaded goat one, of course, but I don't know the name of it. There's one where Barney was he bought a car, but
Mrs. Lash. Barney's first car.
Yeah, Barney's first car. I like that one a lot.
Yeah,
so I don't know why.
That's been a very popular one today. There's been a lot of people saying they like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hubcap Slash sold it to him. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember Gomer said, only put sawdust in the transmission or something.
That's
It
right.
runs real smooth for a couple of days.
Smooth as Slash for a few days.
That's right.
That's right. Well, man, it's so good to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here.
So that was Doug Smith. He's from over in Oklahoma. That was he was going to bring Betty's cousins, and they ended up not being able to come. And Doug eventually made it to the front of the line and got his picture made with Betty. It was not. It's a long wait. Everybody had to wait a long time getting all the pictures and just everything that was going on there. The line was very long, which it always is. But like I said, Doug finally did make it up to the front, got his picture made, got autographs for family members like he was talking about, and even got a kiss from Betty. A lot of the guys were actually getting kisses. That was that was kind of funny because so many men, you'd see them down there getting autograph from Betty, and then they would end up getting a kiss on the cheek, I should say. It was on the cheek. But she would do that often. All right, so finally, our last interview here we have is with, now Jeff Branch is his name. He is our Howard Sprague tribute artist. So, I do Floyd the Barber. David Browning, that was talked about earlier, he's the Mayberry deputy. He does Barney. And Jeff here, he is our Howard Sprague, the county clerk. He's our Howard Sprague. So, Jeff, take that away.
All right, so we're standing here in the Mayberry, or the Andy Griffith Museum, and Jeff Branch has joined me. Howard Sprague, Jeff. Say hi to everybody.
Hey, it's good to be here.
So we were just talking about, when was the first time you met Betty?
I believe it was in 2000 when David Browning got me talked into coming up here to do Howard, and I got up here late Saturday evening. He'd been trying to get me to do this forever. And finally I did, and then I got here about 5 o'clock, and when I got downtown near the Snappy Lunch area, people were just wanting me to sign stuff, and I didn't have my pictures in. So then David said, come up to the Playhouse, we want to because this is the first time Howard's ever been here. And I woke up, and what do I see? Betty sitting outside. Believe it or not, she used to smoke, and she was smoking a cigarette, and I went, oh, wow, that's something, you're not used to seeing, but, these individuals who performed on that show, they had their own real life, but she don't smoke now. She quit several years ago, but that was just my first experience when I met Betty. And then she told me one time, she said, I was coming back from California and on a plane, and she said, and they were showing, I don't know if it was a show of Andy Griffith or what, but Jack Dodson was on there. And she said, all I could think about was you. And I went, wow. Of all the people to think about, she said, I saw you in that picture because of the resemblance. And so that was a unique story.
That's a big compliment.
Yeah, I thought it was huge. My head swelled big time.
Couldn't get your hat on?
Couldn't get my hat on then, so it was pretty fun. But this is just a treat to be up here and, of course, be with you and Jan. And I know David will be here a little later on. And it's just great to celebrate Betty Lynn's birthday with her.
I remember I don't know, it wasn't the first time I met Betty. I'd met her several times. But, being like you, I don't think these stars are going to remember me. I don't know if you're like that.
Yeah.
But every time I'd meet them, and Betty especially, I'd introduce myself. I'm Alan Newsom.
Right.
Good to see you again. And I can remember at one event, I obviously had met her probably 4 or 5 times before this, that I went up and then she was sitting down. I walked up to her and said, I kind of reached out to shake her hand and said, well, Betty, I'm Alan Newsom. She goes, Alan, I know who you are. How are Jan and Adam doing? You don't have to introduce yourself every time. But these folks like Betty, the cast members, Betty, they're stars, and they meet so many people here in line. There's hundreds of people in line today getting autographs, and you just don't think they're going to remember you.
That's right.
Of course, I guess if you dress up like Howard or a barber,
that's right.
maybe they help remember you. But she's just a special person like
Absolutely.
that. She talks, takes time to talk to every person in line.
Yeah.
There's the guy I talked to earlier from New Jersey. He's in line. He's right there right now. He's been probably talking to her for almost 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Waiting. And so all the people in the back of the line are going, "Would you hurry?"
That's right.
But once they get up there, they're like, "Wow, I'm glad she talked to me that line. This was great."
Yeah. And she's just loving. You can tell she's loving this, and I know we was talking about how could she hold out that long, for all the hours that she's going. But hopefully she's rested up all week to get ready for this, and she looks great.
She does. Well, Howard, I appreciate Jeff.
That's fine.
I call him Howard all the time.
I get called Floyd anyway, and I just go along with it. You get called Howard.
That happens all the time to us. But Jeff, I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Alan.
All right, folks. Well, that is it. That's the interviews we had there at the waiting in line to see Betty. Hope you enjoyed that. Just get a little sample of different people that were there, and just the fun that we were having. Folks were waiting in line for hours. I mean, it was hours. The line takes a long time to get through, and we just can't do it. Now, the funny thing, I just called Jeff Branch. I called him Howard when I was actually meaning to say. Well, a couple of years ago, we were doing a show, and a stage show, and we were doing a skit, and I was like doing Floyd, and I went, "Hey, well, Jeff, and then Jeff Howard says, "It's Howard." So the whole audience started laughing, and I was like, "Wow, I can't believe I called you Jeff when we're dressed up and doing a show." Because I call him Howard when I was interviewing him. How did I mess up then? So anyway, it was a great day. We had a great time. Hope you guys have enjoyed the stories. I'd love to hear from you. If you were there, I'd love to hear your thoughts about what went on and the day, how it went. And if you weren't there, feel free to call in and tell us some stories about maybe when you met Betty Lynn. It'd be great to hear. Now, this coming week, this coming week is Mayberry Days in Mount Airy, North Carolina. So maybe I'll see you there. If you're there, come up and tell Floyd, hey, and let me know you listen to the podcast, and it'll be good to shake your hand and say hi. So folks, like I said, I'd love to hear from you. You can give me a call at 888-684-8415, or you can email me at floyd@imayberry.com. You can get me that way too, or just head over to twochairsnowaiting.com and leave a comment. However you'd like to talk to me, I enjoy hearing from you. And we'll be, like I said, be using some of your feedback in the coming weeks. So next week, there may not be a podcast, so just be watching the feed, and if it's not, it'll be the week after. I may be wore out after Mayberry Days and not be able to talk. That has happened before. So if it does, I will let you know, and we will see you next time, though, right here on Two Chairs, No Waiting, your Mayberry podcast. Have a great week, and see you in Mayberry Days, I hope. See you next time.